The critique of Labour's policies is not just a whisper, it's a rallying cry against perilous tactics that threaten our democracy. This party knows it can't win a fair fight, so what do? They change the rules. And let's dive into the shocking revelations about electoral fraud. Katie Hopkins has pulled back the curtain on Labour's long-standing strategy to manipulate elections, and now they're scrambling to cover their tracks. Insiders are spilling the beans. Labour's headquarters is in full damage control mode, with emails disappearing and documents being shredded faster than you can say. Accountability. Key figures are being urged to lawyer up and keep quiet. With pressure mounting, Labour realises that a full-blown investigation could unravel everything they've built. So, they're pulling out all the stops to maintain control, intimidating whistleblowers and ensuring no one dares dig too deep. But here's the kicker, the real betrayal lies within Labour's leadership. They're not just hiding corruption for their own skins, they're actively selling out the British public to protect their political empire. It's come to light that Labour has been cutting deals with foreign entities, trading influence for financial backing. This isn't just anonymous donations. This is direct interference where external interests are propping up Labour in exchange for access and policy shifts. The irony is palpable. Labour has long accused others of corruption while secretly surrendering Britain's future to foreign elites. And Angela Rayner. She's not just playing a role, she's at the helm of these corrupt pursuits, projecting an every-woman image while orchestrating some of Labour's most underhanded strategies behind closed doors. She knows that if Labour's corruption comes to light, her career could be toast. But guess what? Their control isn't absolute. Despite their media manipulation and desperate legal maneuvers, the public is waking up, and their nightmare is coming into focus. Labour's corruption can no longer hide in shadows. They may twist the system and silence dissenters, but there's one force they can't suppress, the rising anger of everyday Britons. So what happens next? Labour stands on shaky ground as they play their riskiest game yet, aware that their secrets are unravelling and public outrage is boiling over. In desperation, they lash out by intensifying divisions and creating chaos to distract from their scandals. Right now, Angela Rayner and Keir Starmer are crafting a strategy that could plunge Britain into its most tumultuous political era in decades, all in a bid to cling to power. When crises hit, instead of fixing their failures, they shift blame onto others. Now they're stoking class warfare and identity politics like it's going out of style. The goal? To turn Britons against each other so no one looks too closely at the scandals they're trying desperately to bury. But this is just scratching the surface. They're also pushing a narrative about an extremist threat conveniently emerging from those exposing their corruption. Critics are branded as radicals while advocating for tighter controls over speech. Recent developments reveal increased surveillance under the guise of national security, but really targeting those who dare challenge Labour's narrative. And let's talk about economics. Labour seems ready to exploit a struggling economy for political gain by implementing policies that worsen inflation and burden businesses further. While publicly expressing concern over living costs, insiders claim they view it as an opportunity, a chance to tighten control while diverting attention from their misdeeds. As elections loom closer with credibility hanging by a thread, expect unprecedented electoral manipulation from them, including new voting regulations designed solely for their benefit. Awareness among Britons is surging like never before. As people become more informed about these tactics, Labour's grip on power appears increasingly tenuous, and leadership fears are escalating as exposure looms large. Amidst this crumbling authority, expect him to double down on efforts to maintain control. Media allies will work overtime diverting attention away from scandals while critical stories fade into oblivion faster than you can blink. Watch as Labour shifts focus onto adversaries, launching investigations against dissenters through legal intimidation tactics meant solely for suppression rather than accountability. Ordinary citizens challenging them face unprecedented repercussions. Social media accounts critical of Labour vanish overnight while opposition voices get accused of spreading falsehoods left and right. Proposed legislation threatens freedom of expression under pretenses like preventing disinformation, a chilling prospect indeed. Moreover, there's growing intrigue around how obsessed Labour seems with controlling electoral outcomes. They're pushing relaxed voting regulations disguised as widening democratic participation but strategically poised instead for skewed results favouring them. Even if they anticipate potential electoral defeat despite all machinations underway, they know full well that elaborate strategies might not suffice against an awakened populace ready for action. This brings us right here, a pivotal moment where voters must decide how far they'll go in holding accountable those who've betrayed him time after time. If election results don't swing in favor of Labour, brace yourselves for protests galore alongside legal disputes claiming electoral theft left, right and centre. Labour will unleash indignation like never before, leveraging media allies amplifying narratives designed solely around undermining democracy itself, all aimed at preserving power indefinitely. Ultimately, a vibrant, informed population holds more influence than any corrupt regime. It transcends mere elections. It concerns the future of a nation where free speech thrives uninterrupted, politicians remain accountable, and power belongs to the people, not the elite playing games with politics. That future is attainable only if the public demands it. The choice is unmistakable. Ignore the signs and allow the descent into tyranny or rise, expose truths, and reclaim integrity before it's too late. Join the discourse in the comments, subscribe for updates on UK affairs. Thank you.